Welcome to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I'm your host, Nikki C. And this has been just a week long of celebration. This is the second time I have done it. We have reached 100 guests interviewed here on BALM Global, and we are super excited to reintroduce some of our past guests to share their thoughts, what they're doing now, just a public thank you for joining the BALM family. It has been absolutely phenomenal all week to see everyone and be able to chat it up and see what their missions are, see that they're still on their journeys and that we are in community together. We have a packed house in the green room today, and I'm super excited to bring each and every person on. So we're going to go just right in it. We're going to start with Canada. We are going to go to this lovely lady that I met through various communities. But when it really sparked was when I first got that hug in person at Flashpoint last October. Robinson, how are you, my love?
Oh, namaste, Nikki. I'm great. I'm so happy to be here. And what a beautiful introduction. You know, you're right, when we had that hug, and for me, seeing everybody in the flesh and being able to hug them, that's what sealed the deal for me, actually doing that with live people. But I also remember taking that photograph of you reading the Flashpoint book in one of the interims. And it just stood out for me because it was such a unique situation. You were really, really deeply steeped in the book. There was nobody else in the room, and it was just like a private capture. And to me, it just seemed to sum you up. You're very much like me. Everything you do, it's done in depth. It's done with passion. It's done with a will to get the best out of whatever it is you've got in front of you. And so our friendship has continued ever since then, and it's growing. And I'm still doing that little job for you. I haven't forgotten. But like you, it's the inspiration, right? You have your times when you're inspired, and that's when we do our best work. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy to celebrate not just BALM Global, but ladies of leadership, ladies demanding our presence. Each and every one of those groups brings out the best in every single person, and I love that there's this total informal yet heart-centered scenarios where we can just totally be vulnerable, be transparent. You know, sometimes people come on and they cry, sometimes it's giggles and laughter and we don't get much done, but on the whole, it's about communicating with each other, bringing each other together in these groups that you so lovingly and powerfully take the leadership in with your passion and your creativity and your excitement and your joie de vivre, and making us all feel a part of a family that is just growing and growing and growing. And all I can say is I hope you stay true to who you are through it all, because you are the spark that lit the fire, and I wouldn't want that spark to ever go out, especially when the fame and the fortune comes. Never let that take you away from us.
Oh, thank you so much for all those kind words. I was not expecting that, Mandy, but then I was expecting it because that's just who you are. You speak with your heart always. You see the best in everyone. And that's what really, captivated me to connect with you when we were at Flashpoint, and being able to see you and see what you have done and what you have brought to the ladies of leadership as well. I've had side conversations of people that never been introduced to our community, and they're like, Manny, there's just something about her. And you're just awesome always. But tell us who you are, what you do really quick, and how people can get a hold of you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so I am a legacy ghostwriter. and I use the word emotion. The E stands for energy. So I am energy in motion. And as you know, great passion, great energy, and I just bring soul and heart to the table. So I dedicate myself to moving through the time and space continuum to bring a legacy story from someone and bring it to the printed page in a very unique way, which you're just becoming aware of. Because I believe that a story that's left in here is unfinished business, and it needs to be in written form for generations to come to be inspired by. I'm also an inspirational speaker. I'm a 4 times best-selling author. I'm a women's empowerment coach. My title is Triple M Coaching. It's where I take a moment, change your mindset, and help you to move forward, ever helping people to move forward. I am a spokesperson. I am a master facilitator for events and weddings, that type of thing. I'm a professional published poet, professional published photographer, and I am a 2 times Canadian Provincial Award winner. And this is my one book, Catalyst Poetry. So I use the photography and the poetry to have my own show on a Wednesday evening where we discuss one poem and one photograph, and then it organically evolves into inspiring people with whatever comes up. So the second book is up there, Challenge, Rise, Triumph. It hasn't come from the publishers yet. There's been some holdups, but that's on the way. I just thought I'd just mention these, the best advice for speakers. This was with Joe Vitale, John DeMartini, Sharon Lecter, Raymond Aaron, Bob Proctor, and many more. So I was in that one. Magnetic Entrepreneur, The Blessings of COVID with Robert J. Moore. And then, of course, Flashpoint. Those are just the few that I brought to the table. What am I doing right now? I am currently winding down finishing off some projects for clients and looking for new clients at the end of July, beginning of August, for writing, for coaching, for speaking, wherever you need a speaker. I'm also a distinguished Toastmaster. I know you're in the program too. So I have been teaching leadership and communication skills voluntarily for over 20 years now. I'm very, very proud to see all the beautiful people that as a result of my coaching and mentorship go on to greater heights. And it's just an absolute blessing. You can still reach me on Facebook, where it is mandy.robinson.376 with the HTTP. I always muddle that up anyway. The Facebook link there. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on, what's the other one? Instagram. And freedom49 is my email, so freedm49@gmail.com. I think that just kind of puts it in a nutshell.
Yes, thank you so much. You're just amazing. And first of all, I do need to just say that I love your photos. You capture the most beautiful photos. And I need to find that photo because I know you sent it to me once, but I have to go back and dig deep because I think I was definitely in just my zone, just really trying to absorb everything that was happening that weekend.
I've got goosebumps, and that's why I took the picture, because you were totally, it was like there was nobody else there, and you had no idea I was taking that, and they make the best type of photographs. So I'll go into looking that up as well to make sure you have it, and then you can frame it or do what, but it's a good memory of how you and I actually, that's not how you and I connected. Do you really remember how you and I connected?
How did we connect, Mandy?
I was sitting in a car park. I'd just done my grocery shopping at the Metro here in Canada, and Austin J. Haynes called me and said he was going into a meeting with Nikki Coester in this tiny little room to help him facilitate the virtual conference for Flashpoint. Would I help him out? So I said, well, sure, I said. So I wound the window down. You came in, and then Austin's, faffing around as he always is, and then you're typing away, and he says, Mandy, have you met Nikki? And we looked at each other, and I said, no, hi, Nikki, hi, Mandy. And then
I do remember that. I definitely remember that.
Tiny little room.
Yeah.
You two are there, and I'm in the car park after grocery shopping in my car. So what a journey. Hey, what a journey to stay connected.
Yes, absolutely. But to be able to physically give you that hug is where it really was amazing.
Yes.
Well, thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank
That is
you.
Mandy. She is absolutely phenomenal. Definitely look her up, check her out. She has so much to offer, and I'm just honored that you're also part of Ladies of Leadership with us and growing on this journey. So I am going to put you back in the green room and then we're
Absolutely.
going to bring you back out.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mandy. All right. Well, we are going to keep this rolling and we are going to go, and I want to say she's in Missouri, but I may be wrong. But she'll let us know. But she's absolutely amazing. I love her mission with these amazing bite-sized tools that she has for her clients, but she's much more than that, and she has so much to offer. And I met her through the BLN community, and this is my friend Cynthia Corson. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here. You bring such an energy in any community that you're in, and I truly appreciate the invitation to be part of this and your expertise and the guidance that you've given me and our community, the BLN community. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you. It's been awesome getting to know you, getting to know your journey, being able to bounce ideas off of each other when we're in our masterminds. But I really, truly just want to thank you for believing in my podcast to bring your story and your journey and giving me the honor to highlight you and what you do. So, share a little bit with our audience. So, this is really reintroducing you to the new networks that are out there because we're just continuing to grow and grow and grow. And just a special thank you. And just let us know who you are.
Thank you so much. So I do have a French name, but I'm not in France. I am in Texas. I came from Missouri. I'm originally from St. Louis. I think we had seen each other in Missouri at one point, but I live in Texas now, Houston, and I help people who they come to me because they're frustrated with their bodies. They think, there's something going on. I feel like I'm too young to feel this old and I want to do something about it. I'm not exactly sure what. Typically, these are some middle aged women who don't have a lot of time. They've got a lot on their plates, but they want to be fit and they want to be healthy. So I help them to reduce their stress, find mobility, find strength through these bite sized movements that fit their lifestyle. Take the brakes off their body so that they can achieve their fitness goals.
Yeah, totally doable. When you shared that, that was something I'm like, well, how do you do it in bite sizes? And then I heard someone else, I think she's also in the big and her name is Julie Medici. She's in
Oh,
Italy. Yeah. So she also talks about like 5 minute workouts. Just move, right? Just do something. And we can all fit that in. But there's also other things that kind of, target that. It could be mindset, mood, and things like that. How do you help your clients really kind of putting all those perspectives into one to still want to be active and move forward?
yeah, that it all plays a role. And if you are stressed out and you're just tight and you breathe shallow because you're just so stressed out all the time, you feel that in your body and your muscles get tight. And then you try to go work out and it's like, I can just barely even move. And, if you are a little bit stressed out, what can you do to find some comfort is you can eat really yummy things. So we fall into that comfort eating strategy of dealing with the stress. So it all kind of plays a role. So I also incorporate habit changes, like trying to find different ways of dealing with stress, incorporating just a little bit of breathing exercises. It can take like 30 seconds to just come back into your body, do a little bit of mindful breathing. It can settle everything down, reset like the structures of your body, and go a long way to helping everything just feel better. Just 30 seconds of breathing. Habit changes, like instead of reaching for a diet soda in the afternoon just to perk yourself up, maybe you go for a walk. Again, it could just take about 10 minutes to just go outside, get some sunshine, which gives you the vitamin D. It kind of brings you back to nature. So it kind of resets your nervous system. Also, get your blood pumping a little bit by walking around. So it all kind of fits together, the mind body connection, stress reduction, working out, and just your mindset of, some people think that, oh, this is the way it is. I'm just too old. And you can always be better, regardless of how old you are. And better is better. Maybe it doesn't look like it did when you were 20, but that's okay. And part of it is just accepting yourself, but always thinking, there is something I can do, and better is better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to say that your approach is so different than what I've seen before, because it deals with the real average person that just deals with it. And I think it's kind of like all of us. We all have something in
Yeah.
our days that it's going to definitely take us away from that. So to have those tools in our toolbox where we can just kind of recenter in a moment's time and really change that shift to understand our bodies. So thank you so much for the work that you do, the people that you serve, and how can people get a hold of you?
You can just type in my email. I'm happy to receive any emails. My name is Cynthia Croissant, and you just put a PT in front of that, and that's my email. ptcynthiacroissant@gmail.com. You can send me an email. I'll get right back to you. I'm also
Awesome.
on Facebook, Instagram, so you can find me on
Yep. And is there anything that you're currently working on right now?
I am making up a new group program that focuses on biomechanics of the joints and optimizing that so that you have more mobility.
Yes, because we need to move, and we need to move in motion, because we got a lot of things to do here on earth with our purpose, our gifts, and our talents, and nothing should stop us or hold us back. If we're not aware, then we become aware and we take action. So thank you so much, Cynthia. You're super awesome. We're going to put you back in the green room, and then we're going to bring you back out for some more questions.
Thanks so much. I'll see you later.
Thanks. Okay, we are going to go over to Philadelphia, and we have Mr. Samuel Reed, who I actually met through a magazine editor. I believe that she's from Motivos magazine, a Latin magazine here, that really help young adults in high school and college really get their art out there, journalism, photography, just everything. And he was a gentleman in that room that she said, you have to connect with him and you have to have him on your podcast. And I was so glad I did. And we're going to bring him on right now. Hey, Samuel, how are you?
Hey, Nikki, what's going on?
I am well. I am well. How was your experience with getting to be connected with me? Like, what was your first impression when she said, "Hey, you need to speak to Nikki"?
No, first of all, I knew there was power in the room. Like you're connected with Jenny, and there was just power in that room that day. And when she said we needed to be connected, I'm like, I'm all with it. And then as I leaned in to find out and connect with you, I'm just like more amazed, right? So kudos to you again. And because I think you have like this connective tissue where you bring folks together. But the other thing you have is like this passion and this energy that also, like, I like to say, when I'm around folks like you are soaring, right? And I just have to kind of put my wings out, and I'm just like in the tailwind, right? So I'm just soaring off of your tailwind. So thanks a lot for
Aww.
having
Oh no,
having me
we
be
are
a
gonna
part of your
soar.
network.
We are gonna soar together,
Most
and you
definitely.
have. Yeah, absolutely. And you have a very interesting approach. So I want you to tell a little bit about your story and kind of tell us what you're working on right now, because I was just absolutely intrigued with that. And if you haven't watched any of these guest episodes, you definitely need to go to Building a Leadership Mindset podcast on Spotify, and you can listen in, and then I will definitely drop the YouTube channel in the comments. But take it away, share with us.
Yeah, so you did say coming from Philadelphia, but today actually I'm in Atlanta, and
Nice.
I'm in Atlanta, uh, attending a Airbnb leadership summit.
Nice.
And just by way of background, folks, I'm a teacherpreneur, right? So I'm an educator and I'm an entrepreneur. I say that I teach young people to read, write, and make sense of the world, and I side hustle for social good the rest of the time. And one of my side hustles is Airbnb, and I've helped over 100 folks become hosted as Airbnb hosted, right? In addition to that, I run a business accelerator where a business side hustle accelerator where I help young and not so young folks take their ideas, their passions, and turn them into viable, sustainable businesses. And then I do training, workforce development, and other training opportunities. And I've been blessed because I've learned to do this like smartly. Because people are like, well, you have a full-time job. Like, how do you do that? And I do it smartly. I don't work hard. I work smart. And since the last time I've been on your podcast, we had an awesome sustainable side hustle festival and arts festival at my school where I teach. I teach at the U School in Philadelphia. We're a really innovative, small, innovative high school in North Central Philadelphia near Temple University. And that was amazing. We brought together the young, because I ran an accelerator, a winter spring accelerator. And for our graduation, we had the event connected with the event that we had at our school, which was an arts festival, but we turned it into a art and business side hustle celebration. It was amazing. Since we also left the last, I just got awarded a fellowship, and I can't name the sponsor yet because they haven't gone public with it. But I'm going to be doing some work around learner variability and helping folks take products to the marketplace as an educator. So I'm going to be a teacher mentor with organizations that are taking educational projects to the marketplace, right? And so that's
Wow.
like an amazing opportunity. And then I'm also going to be working this summer. I just got a little contract with I don't know if you're familiar with the organization Mighty Writers in Philadelphia.
I think
They
I've
do,
heard
yeah,
them
they do
through
youth
Jenny.
writing programs. Well,
Yeah.
they're going to be bringing me in to do an entrepreneur workshop for middle schoolers, right? And so the work and the gospel is just spreading. I've been really blessed, and again, I'm just
That
on the tailwinds. I'm just soaring.
that is so awesome. You see, this is exactly why I do these things because, sometimes we just get so busy and we're doing things. And even though a lot of us stay communicated, it's so great to really see like what has happened since the last time you talked. So I'm always that one
Yeah,
that's that just
mhm.
message someone, says, hey, how you doing, hope you're doing okay, and to get you back on here and to share the growth. And I think it was we connected back in maybe February or March,
Right.
where
I got so busy that I couldn't make it to your wonderful event because I was tied up, but I know it went well. I saw some of the social proof online, and when we get together, you can give me more insight. And I know there's going to be other events coming up, so hopefully they'll be in sync with my calendar.
yes, well, actually, we're going on tour starting 2024. So we're hitting all 50 states. And we
Wow.
may need to have a conversation about your Airbnb deal, your side hustle. And we need to probably make it work for our guests. So
There you
you
go. There
see,
you go.
this is just the power of just staying connected with the people that support you and that are doing great things in this community. And I'm truly blessed to have been connected. I am actually going to reconnect with Jenny as well because I know she couldn't make it. She had something amazing going on. But I love the fact that you are all about the youth. And our ladies of leadership are now building out a beta program for ladies rising starting at age 10 and up. And it's just going to be a phenomenal thing that we have going on. So how can people get a hold of you and how can they stay connected?
Yeah, folks can get a hold of me by going to my website. That's SRIIconsulting.org. Or you can find they can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. My 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 tag is SRII 2000.
Awesome. 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 Well, thank you so much. Also, let us know about your blog that you have going on as well.
Yeah. So I do a blog or Medium where basically I write about the intersection of innovation, education, and hustle. And I cover topics like, for one topic that I'm particularly interested lately is like, how do you use artificial intelligence both like in the classroom and in your hustle? And so I'm really excited about that, and I'm doing some practice and research around that, and I'm going to be really excited to share that. So yeah, folks can check out my Medium blog, and again find my other social media offerings.
How neat is that? We've actually been training that in our ladies of leadership and really kind of seeing how to reduce time, obviously, but still have our own intellectual property attached to everything that we put out there. So thank you so much. Stay
Hmm.
tuned with us. And since you mentioned our Empower to Inspire and the event, we're going to show you a quick clip of what is coming to your neck of the woods.
Cool segue.
Yes. Wow, wow, wow. I never get tired of watching that. I have a few. I actually just got another sizzle reel that is about 8 minutes long, and it kind of throws in some of the speakers and what they talked about. And it was just absolutely powerful just to see the vision of the power of community and being able to be empowered and inspired all in the same room with so many people that have been guests on our show, and those that couldn't make it as well were there virtually. And it was just an awesome feeling to accomplish. And then of course we get the idea that we're going to take it globally, and to match our name and really share this movement with the world. And I'm super excited about that journey. And I have this amazing woman that I also met in the Connected Leaders Academy, and she was just recently on my show about a month ago, and she bring that energy, that power, that sass, and she's still in the corporate space, but she is just a firecracker, and she is someone to definitely look out for. She's doing amazing things. We're gonna go with Yvette Owens. Let's bring her on.
Hey,
Hey Yvette, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I am well. I am a little tired. It's Friday. We've been doing this 5 days with everything else we have going on. But what do? We do it anyway,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
I
It's just
love
so
it.
energizing. I've just enjoyed everyone who's shared so far. So you must be energized by it, even though it's tired, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely what keeps me going, what definitely makes my mind rolling with all these new ideas and having this time to connect, because I truly am looking for longevity in these
Mhm.
relationships that I'm building. That's why I built this podcast as the way it is now, because it first started just with me talking. And I was like, no one wants to listen to just me, just my perspective of life and entrepreneurship and leadership and mindset, though you'll get tons of value. But I just needed other people in my community that are doing amazing things. And I'm glad you said yes. So share who you are, what you do.
Yes, and I am so glad you included me in your community. I am Yvette C. Owens. They call me, I'm known in my business as a business ambassador. I help leaders really regain their voice so that they can create a thriving culture for everyone. And I especially do it through the transition of changes that they have to go through, utilize helping them to embrace the change leadership principles, especially when we want to adapt agile and add it to that. What does that all mean? That you can get a lot more done and get it done successfully and have it stick and stay. That's really what it means, because we're always in change and we're always in transition. We are at least are going to experience it at some point more frequently than not. And if we are strong in our leadership skills and our leadership perspective in doing that and our voice, then we're comfortable in leading other people through that. And that means really being vulnerable and transparent, communicating what you know and admitting what you don't know, but we'll figure it out together, inviting other people to the space to collaborate. So I empower leaders to really, basically, it really all comes down to leading with their soul, leading with their most inner personal person, and not being so swayed by what external things are happening or influences, but understanding their influence and being responsible with it.
Yeah, and how powerful their influence really, is, and they just don't know it. They just have to bring it has to be brought out, right? So that's
Right.
what really intrigued me to you, because I was in the corporate space for many, many years, and I loved being in that space. But when we kind of changed, I think, leadership, that's when it kind of started changing the dynamic, the culture, the what is the real purpose we're here, right? Are we really looking at a different vision and we're just not shared what that vision is? So it was a little confusing. So to have everybody on the same page is important to you and to the businesses that you serve. What are some of the challenges that you still have to overcome, even though you have these skills, these methods that can make the change? What are some objectives or some challenges?
We've always done it this way. We don't, it doesn't take all of that. They'll follow anyway. You build it, they'll come. All that stuff, is all things, sound bites that we've heard throughout the years, but it really does not work. I always say, just because people are compliant doesn't mean you're leading. It just means they're being compliant. But we really want people to be collaborative. We really want people to partner in this. We want to partner with the people we've invited along this vision with us, so that as they grow, as we grow, we're all growing together. We're all expanding. We're exploring and discovering more of who we are, each one of us. In my book, No Bosses Allowed, Lead to Serve, I have 11 positions where I compare and contrast bosses and leaders. The very first position is the individual matters. And it's
Yeah.
not saying, leader, hey, the individuals around you matter, but also you matter. Because
Yeah.
the better I treat myself is the better I'll treat somebody else.
Absolutely. It starts with oneself first. And so
Exactly.
you are authors. That's your only book, or do you have other books either already published or coming up? What are we working on?
Yeah, I am a speaker. I speak. I am a two-time international best-selling author. I have 2 books that I've written myself. My first book is Conquering Corporate Enemies: Mind, Personality, Situations. It does have a workbook that goes along with it. It really recounts not only my story, but some of my clients and mentee stories, just to help people really have an inside view of what it looks like when things don't go so well and how you can recover. And then I've already mentioned the No Bosses Allowed, Lead to Serve and Transform, compare and contrasting what a boss is versus a leader. And I know we all want to boss up and we all want to be that boss leader, but we really want to be a leader and a great leader. And we talk about not only the individual matters, but making sure that we count everybody into the win. So we win, not just I win. How dare anyone say, or have your team do all the work and then say, I did that? That's just not cool. on any front. It's not cool.
Yes, on any level.
On any level. And then it also talks about things like the bottom line still counts. So yes, we are trying. It's all about balance, right? So as long as we can keep the people in mind, we can help them expand and discover their new skills and create that win-win. Oh, you want to grow here? Hey, we need this over here. So let's put it to work. So those type of things. I'm right now working on an anthology. It's at the publishers. It's called The Creatives Leadership. And so I've asked several friends and some colleagues to come and talk about how have you been creative in your leadership walk to make it more palatable and more exciting for people to say, yeah, I want to go along with you on this journey, right? And it's phenomenal. I've read everybody's chapters and it comes from cross industries, cross segments. We have worship, we have leaders, we have musicians who have taken people to the Grammys in there explaining how they've been leaders and how they try to coach some of their clients in being better leaders as artists. We have educators who have been trying to make some shifts in the education system so that our students can get better information and more experiences there. We have some obviously business people. We have a couple of pastors who are sharing, grief counselors. We have a woman who has really, when life hits, how do you respond to it as a leader? And she's sharing her story because in the last couple of years, she's had some really, really challenges, but she had to figure out how she was going to keep going and get this, when she was going to take a pause. I know we as leaders don't think you should take a pause, but when it's for your health and for the purpose of your family's health, sometimes it's okay to say, we're going to pause in this area and know where and where. So yeah, we have those going on. And what I'm most excited about is I started a membership group called Lead with Soul, where we bring these leaders together and we can serve them in releasing their voice, being confident in their voice, releasing their purpose, showing up as their true self, an authentic way, as they even have to address those uncomfortable conversations or having to encourage someone to step up, because not everybody wants to do the step up. And, so it's all those things that are exciting that group has launched, and we're inviting other people to join it as well.
Awesome. So Lead with Soul, right?
Yes.
I love that. And tell us how we can get a hold of you, how we can stay connected, because this is all amazing things that you have going on. And it's super awesome to be in community with you and to be able to share these platforms and these spaces and know that we're going to be working on something soon, eventually, whatever God puts on our hearts. I know that we threw some ideas out there and we're going to make them happen. And I'm just so proud in everything that you're doing. So thank you. How can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, thank you. Since you mentioned that, I do have a leadership intensive mastermind for youth we're having some opportunities, a colleague and I, to get into some of the school systems to really bring that mastermind to life. So my method is, if I can stop the bleeding over here in corporate, but also raise up strong leaders here, then we don't have this going on over here. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly. Provide them the tools when they're young. So when they get to that level, they are already prepared and in the right direction. Will we get every single person? No, but if we all get together and we make this movement and make it happen, it's totally doable.
Right. And that's why that group Lead with Soul is so important, because they should be able to go duplicate themselves and feel comfortable doing that. We also have executive roundtables. So the next one is going to be on July 11th. And it is on the topic of getting and receiving self-led feedback. Again, the more I'm more comfortable with me and my good, my bad, and my ugly, and being able to improve in those areas and help other people where I'm strong, the better I am. So the July 11th is the next one. You can contact me on LinkedIn at Yvette C. Owens. I'm on Instagram at Destiny Speak, which is the name of my company. I'm also on Facebook at Yvette C. Owens or Destiny Speak, and on Twitter as Yvette C. Owens. And I do have a YouTube channel. that we're resurrecting, because I did have a podcast. I put it on pause because I really wanted to rebrand it and reshape it with all the new things that are coming. And so I think I'm starting to get some new ideas. I have a new idea book that's coming that I'll be writing. So I think I'll be basing it on that. Just a little hint is what's coming.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing it on here. You heard it on BALM Global from Yvette Owens. Podcast coming. Check
Right.
it out. Stay connected. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That has been absolutely amazing. I just again want to publicly thank you for joining the BALM family. And yeah, I'll see you in a minute. We are going to get our last guest on here, and then we're going to bring you all back. We're going to have a quick chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So this final guest that we have today was actually guest number 100. And I could not go without putting her in the spot. It's just been, has been, and I'm tripping over my words because it's very emotional for me for this one, because she has been in this journey from like day one, actually since I was 5 years old. So without further ado, my left hand girl, my partner, my best friend, Sandra Martinez from Chicago, Illinois. She is BALM Global's VA. She is just everything. I hopefully you're not hot and you don't get emotional like me. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, hold on. I gotta dry my eyes a little bit because I was getting teary eyed. But that's always
Aw.
us, right? Hi, it's good to see you
Hi.
like always.
Good to see you. How have you been enjoying the show so far?
Good, very just awesome to be around great people. It's
Whoa,
always
thank
awesome
you.
to be surrounded with around great people, right?
Yes, yes, it's always good, and you're breaking up just a little bit. But you have been on this journey with me forever. But only recently, we actually started going full fledged. We've been on a mission. You've been doing just amazing, amazing things. How has it been just knowing who you are? Tell us a little bit about what you do and this journey. Yeah, how did it all start?
Um, well, I'm born and raised in Chicago my whole life, Puerto Rican descendant. I am a mom of two. Um, I have worked most of my life in retail until I got my first office job. I worked in a call center for about maybe 2 months shy of my 10th anniversary before they shut down the company. I got two good severance packages from that, so that caused me to have a long vacation. Too long if you ask me, because I found myself at home not doing much. Um, and then one day you and I were talking, and long story short, because we've said it before, I was just trying to look to take the load off of you a little bit because you're always on the go. We're the complete opposite. I'm the one that wants to stay behind and work behind the scenes. So I was like, what can I do to help you? And your brain just popped and said, you want to become my virtual assistant? I didn't know what that was, what that meant, but I was like, sure, we can do this. And then you were like, okay, because we're doing it. And then next you know, I became your virtual assistant. I really got connected with ways of leadership. And then from there, it's history in the making still, because we're still in this journey together. Except that now I just work for you.
Yes, absolutely. So she said at one point that I had created a monster, but I think
Yes.
she created a monster in herself. And when I say we do everything together, like we go to concerts together, even if we're so far apart, we watch game shows together, we just sports, everything, and we never agree on anything. And to know that um, in my mind, I have always been wanting her to be a part of this journey in some way, shape, or form. And also, she has, you know, didn't tell me like she wanted to get this load off of me until one day. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. I am totally for it. So for her to come up to me and give me that opportunity, I said, yeah, let's do this. And let me tell you, it has been the best decision. It has been amazing. It has been a lot. But what was the main thing that you said that you did not want to happen uh, during this journey?
Well, I said a few things, but let me correct me if I'm wrong. I first and foremost put our friendship first. Our
Yeah.
friendship always comes first before business, before anything. If we see that our working together is interrupting our friendship, then obviously our friendship will come before work. I also wanted to see some stress relief from you with all the workload that you do, that you create yourself. I still see the workload, but at least I don't see the stress. So I'm hoping that with me working with you and then us working together, the workload is still there, but the stress is less.
I 100% agree. It absolutely has been. And I think there's more better nights sleeping. There's definitely more organization, more things that we can actually tackle and get done than, having to do it all myself as I have been doing for the past 3 years. But we also have a great team behind us. We have Veronica doing our graphic designing. We have Marilyn that just on board to do our escapes, our events, our retreats, things that we're going to do with our communities. And we have Ophelia now that's doing Ladies of Leadership, which we started that podcast. We're 3 weeks in. That's every Thursday at 5:10 Eastern Standard Time. And now we just got our Ladies Rising, and we have Ivy Perez in this community. So you sparked all of that. You said, hey, how can I relieve your stress? And then we found other areas that not only can we relieve stress, but we can give other people opportunities. So how has seeing it since just February to now grow from just me and you to 6 powerful women to having 2 communities? Like, how does that all look and feel for you?
It's exciting. Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we just mentioned Ivy like maybe 20 minutes before, connecting here. So, that's still, still fresh with, adding another woman to the team. But it's a blessing all at one time because, it's a group of women just taking over the world at the end of the day, right? You asked me that in our last podcast, Ladies of Leadership, women rule the world. So what is it? What is there anything better than having 6 phenomenal women teaming up to rule the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. And it's definitely a movement. Empower to Inspire. You were able to come and witness everything in that group. So, what we're really saying is that Sandra once was seeing this on the sidelines, but now being in motion and really seeing everything and really absorbing, like her growth has just been, she would not have done this podcast a year ago. She would have been like, no, like, I don't want to talk. Just keep me in the
I
background.
still don't
You
want
do.
to.
She's like, you do you. I'll stay over here. But she's always been that number one supporter, just listening to me, even when I cried, when I thought, I wasn't doing anything. She was always there. And to have you as guest 100 on the podcast was just so deserving. So, what are your goals with your role in BALM Global and for yourself? And what do you really see in the next 5 years?
Well, baby steps for now. Right now, I'm just working on trying to get myself. I'm working on adding um, first time published author into my resume. So I'm working on that for now. So it's all baby steps. It's all about learning and observing, hearing great stories that, everybody shares, because the stories alone is inspiring. So, it's just, like I said, it's just all baby steps, I'm just sucking it all in. I'm the sponge right now and just going with the flow. Right now I feel like, you're the one that's introduced me to all the different communities and introduced me to so many great people where I, became legit friends with. And that alone is exciting. So all that again also is new to me as well. So, it's just baby steps. I'm just going with the flow. It's just all a new journey for me. And I'm just trying, I'm just excited to see what the next 5 years brings us. Because
Well,
obviously what happens to me in 5 years happens to us as a team. So
it's happened to us for the last 36 plus years, and I am just glad to be
yes.
on this journey with you. I just want to publicly thank you, thank you, thank you. And my eyes are burning, but I'm not gonna let them out. I absolutely love you, and we're gonna bring everyone back on, and we're just gonna go around the room and just give our final thoughts about what we want to see in the world. So let's get our guests back on here. Mandy, Cynthia, Sam, and Yvette. Welcome, welcome. Wow, we have a full room today, and I'm super excited. Thank you guys again for sticking it out with us until the end. I hope that you have been inspired. I hope that you have, if you guys don't know each other, like now's the time to jot each other's names down, connect, because I know we're in various communities. Each and every one of you have something to offer. You guys all have inspired me individually with your own work and with whatever God leads us to moving forward. But I just, again, it's been a week long just of celebration from the bottom of my heart, from BALM Global's heart, that you guys are just so awesome, and I get to live life with you and have a chat every once in a while, right? I love it. So I'm just gonna go around the room and kind of just ask you guys about a minute, just share your final thoughts about anyone who that is not in community right now, how important it is to you to have some sort of community. So we'll start with you, Yvette.
Yeah, I posted today, so it's ironic that you asked start with me with that question. I posted today in the Lead with Soul group. We cannot do it alone. So I was encouraging every leader, if you're trying to do it alone, stop. Right. And so some of the times we're trying to do it alone because we figure that we don't have the resources to bring people on. But there are people like Sandra who will say, yes, I'm going to come along on this journey with you, but we have to first do that inventory of what are those experiences, what are those skill sets we need that will help us be more successful. And just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. So do find your value add space where you bring value as a leader, and then find other people that will come to your table and help you make it successful.
Oh my goodness, that is so powerful, so true. 100% agree. Thank
Hmm.
you so much for sharing that. Sam, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts. First of all, I'm like totally inspired by everybody here. It's just been amazing. I almost, not almost, I got emotional in the last connection as well. But uh, the way forward is like I like to say this: like, don't go big, go focus. The more you focus, and the advice of like taking the baby steps, so vital, Sandra. Like, and you know, like doing not going big but going focused is my mantra, and I'm super excited that I'm on this journey. I'm super excited that I'm also like I'm doing it with young folks and not so young folks, and I got a posse that I'm building. I call them finterns. They're financial hustle interns, and I'm just like I'm just so inspired by them, and like you say, like and part of the thing is like getting out of their way,
Yeah.
providing them the forum and getting out of their way and supporting them and coaching them along the way. And so I'm excited. Actually, I'm going to be starting a hybrid, a new hybrid coaching model, because I was trying to do coach like one on one. Now I'm going to like go and do it in a group. basically learning from you, Nikki. So again, community is the key, and again, the network community is the thing that's going to help us sustain us. So again, thanks everybody for allowing me to be in the space with you guys.
Thank you
I really
so
feel really blessed.
Thank you so much. You're surrounded by powerful women here, and
Oh,
we
for
are
sure.
to have you and know you. So thank you so much. Cynthia, what are your thoughts?
I appreciate you guys so much. The energy in the room is just uplifting and inspiring, and I appreciate it so much. And I love this talk of journey because I think that is a good metaphor for this process that we are all in. And if you think about going on a journey or a road trip, it's much more fun to go with someone. It's never quite as fun if you're just by yourself. And there's some dangers of falling asleep or, things that can happen if you're just trying to journey by yourself. And if you have someone along with you, not only is it more fun, you have somebody to double check your navigating, all those kinds of things. And part of the journey, everybody gets to a point where you get a little stuck. And I've heard a quote that said that the thinking that brought you to a place is not the kind of thinking that's going to get you to the next place, the next level, the next journey that you need to take and embark on. And so you need a different way of thinking, and it's hard to come up with that yourself. You need to have somebody else give you a little bit of a different perspective. So I appreciate that you all brought today and that I get from all the communities.
Oh, thank you so much, Cynthia. That's super awesome. I'm glad that what you've seen and what you shared is just along the lines of everything that we're on a mission to, right? And it's just, I am just so full right now. It is just absolutely amazing that we're just constantly reminded that we have people that are there, that are available, that are experts in their own right, that we can all share this excitement, this inspiration, and then just continue to move forward in our own journeys, but also in a journey together. So thank you for putting a spotlight on that. We're going to go to you, Mandy.
Hello again. What a pleasure, what an honor, what a privilege to be here with not just you, but each and every person with such beautiful spirits, such great dynamic energy, helping us all to grow and move forward. I just want to finish with a couple of quotes here. First of all, Nikki, you said you're honored to get to do life with us. Believe me, that's when the tears started welling up. So I'm glad you saved me till the end so that I could get over the tears. As leaders in any field, these are two quotes that I stand by and have stood by for well over 20 years now. The first one is by Maya Angelou. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. So if we think, darn, I failed, I don't know if I could try this again, fail forward, keep growing, keep moving, even if it is tiny steps. The second quote is by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and this is the core of any human being that wants to love, lead, and help others to be inspired to find their highest self. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart said this: neither a lofty degree or intelligence, nor imagination, nor both together go to the making of a genius. What goes to the making of a genius? Love, love, love. That is the soul of a genius. And anyone knows my branding, I coined the phrase, whenever life presents people, events towards us, we must always stop, pause, and breathe and ask, what would love do next? And do that. Be the love, be the kindness that you want to see in your world. Let your light shine, and other people will be drawn to you like a moth to a light. I am so grateful. Namaste to all of you.
Thank you so much, Mandy. Yes, love is love. I love everything about love. That's just one of my favorite words, and sometimes we use it just like fluently, right? Like we just And sometimes we just can't help ourselves because that's just how we are. We're heart-centered, we're growth-minded, we're just ready to really pick up, what can we do? Like, everything is about love. So thank you so much for bringing that up, because that's just absolutely what I agree, what I believe. So that's just awesome. So Sam, you are our last one off.
I just got you a shirt that said "Love is love," right?
Yes, and I just wore it the other day, took a picture and sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize that. Well, I'm only part of one community, and that's the Ladies of Leadership. So I can only speak of the one community that I'm in, and I'm just gonna throw out a few words that I've either received, felt while being in this community. I have become very motivated. I've been inspired. I've come out in my cause feeling good. I became more comfortable with being in situations like this. I have, it's been exciting throughout this whole journey since it began. And I feel more confident right now. I don't feel it because I'm very nervous, but I do feel more confidence within myself. Um, it's a very super supportive community. It's great for the ladies. Sorry, Sam. But it's a very great community for the ladies. And it's inspiring for me. And I just want to thank all of you guys again for sharing your stories because, like I said, every story can inspire someone, and that's what I get from the ladies of leadership community. Because when we sit there and we say our stories, whether they're good, bad, or however the cause turn out, you still come out feeling some type of good. If it's not within yourself, it's still within what you learn in that particular lesson.
Yeah,
So with that,
I think we lost you. We lost your last sentence.
uh,
You said with that.
uh, I don't know what you heard. Oh, so with
Group chat.
that, I mean, that's
This is
I'm just
how
gonna
we are.
leave it like that. How about that?
Okay. We'll figure it out. But thank you so
I'm
much.
not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah, the last thing we heard was with that. I don't know if you were going to say with that being
Oh,
said, because she mocks me all the time about that. No?
I don't know. I was, but the joke's over already.
This is what I absolutely love about this is that we are there. This is never scripted. This is always organic. And each of you know that, with your experience and your time on the shows, that I actually go back and take notes because you guys, again, have inspired me in some way, shape, or form. And I do that very intentional because I'm building a resource, right? And I am looking to connect and collaborate. And Sam said it earlier where he felt like I am this connector bringing people together. And that's exactly what I do. I take your stories, and if I'm in ever any conversation, or I'm in another interview, or I'm in another sales call or whatever, and I know that this person could benefit with what Yvette's doing, with what Sam's doing, with what Cynthia's doing, that is the connection. Yeah, you need to speak to such and such. You need to connect with her. And that's really what it's about. It's sharing our network, our expertise, so that we all grow and win. And I think all of you are doing amazing things. So I just want to, again, just thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to celebrate 150. I don't know when that's going to be, but look out for that. And we do have our Empower to Inspire community that actually is for everyone. And what we have done is we actually merged ladies of leadership with that. So if you lock in to Empower and Inspire and you're a woman, you're going to automatically get the leadership as a second call. So that's what we've done. We're truly looking to, again, go on tour, take this on a mission, and grow together. So any information you want about BALM and what we're doing, you can go to www.buildingaleadershipmindset.com. Catch all of each and every one of these persons, these beautiful people I see on my screen that I can't wait to see in person again. Listen to their stories because we go deeper than what we touched on today. And I just wanted to again thank everyone who came in this week and shared and reshared. And yeah, I cannot thank you guys enough for just being awesome. So
Celebration! Woo!
yes, 100 episodes, and we are closing on our celebration week. And those that were not able to get on, I'm still collecting videos, so we are going to be doing that on one big clip because we want to honor each and every 50 guests that we had. And yeah, we're done. Thank you so much. Can't wait
Thank
to
you,
connect with
Nikki.
each and every
Thank
one of
you.
you.
Love,
Excellent
Have a
hugs.
wonderful
Awesome
day.
sauce.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
Thank you.
Let's definitely stay connected. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. Have a great day. And as I always say, make it count.
Bye.